Welcome to another You Bijou. Gather your supplies, set your intention, take a few breaths to ground into the present moment, and let's get started. Pause the video if you need to. I'm going to be using a pencil. We're going to do our corner dots today and our border, just because. We don't need to. It's not required with this tangle, but I think it might be fun to kind of have like a chalky border. So the tangle that we're doing today can kind of float in the middle of the tile. Okay, I'll write the name of the tangle on the back so you know what we're doing in case you want to do some Googling. Aquafleur. That is our tangle today. So this tangle starts with, like a, I guess I think of it as almost like a little amoeba starfish-esque shape. You can make it any way you want. We're going to start at the bottom. And how this is going to go, I tend to leave the tile in the same direction for most of the way I draw this because I don't want to get confused. Well, that's not true. Actually, I do turn it. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start at the bottom and we're going to draw almost like I think of Christmas ornament hooks when I do this tangle. So we're going to draw these kind of like a C shape, and we're going to go over the edge. And then we're going to draw another one coming up and around. We're always drawing these hooks in the same direction, and I'm going to connect it to the other one. So we start at the bottom, we draw the hook around, that got a little wonky. I didn't turn my tile. And we'll fill it in because we're going to color these in black, which is why it doesn't matter that I'm crossing that line. I'm breaking rules that we have in other tangles. Just know that it will evolve as we do this tangle. I'm going to do one more over here. This is, you don't have to. Just feel like I want to. And then we're going to take and we're going to color all of these in. Now, you could draw the shape in pencil first, that first amoeba-like shape, so that then you could choose not to color these ribbons in solid if you want. I'm going to leave that little hook open so it looks like it's going around the back. And so this might take some time. This might be a part of the video where you want to just fast forward through or pause it and do your own thing and then leap ahead, or you can fill in with me in real time. Whatever feels best for you. You could also use a thicker pen if you wanted to. But I like the experience of the pen and the ink on the tile, on this paper. I think it feels good. And I'm probably going a little faster than I normally would in my practice and not being quite as precise with how dark I fill it in because I'm teaching and I don't want you to have to wait for me. But I will go back and do more. So this one, because I made that so narrow there, I kind of want to balance that out. That's the beauty of, there are no mistakes in Zentangle, but when you're coloring stuff in, you can modify if you wish. This is a fun tangle, and you can really be playful with these ribbons. You can fill them with dots. You can put perfs on them like little orbs. You can aura around each one if you want. There's lots of different ways you can play with and explore this tangle. And you can add as many or as few of these, I call them ribbons, as you wish. So that is Aquafleur. I'm going to put my pen away. I will do a little bit of shading on this. You could leave it as is. You don't need to shade this tangle, but I think I'm going to shade all of them on the bottom side, what I would call the bottom side of the ribbon. You could shade on both sides. You could also put a little bit darker shading at the bottom where they come together, which it might end up just looking like that anyway because they're so close together. And then taking my tortillon at an angle, moving in. I'm kind of going back and forth and kind of going in circles both. I'm using both of those motions with my tortillon. So that's what it looks like if you shade on one side. You could also shade on the other side. I'm not really feeling like I want to do that today. Maybe just kind of pulling it up out of the center here though, because I feel like this spot would be dark. And then I also want to take my tortillon and really smudge that original border that I did. Because I feel like it makes it look a little bit like it's floating. And I kind of enjoy that look. Sometimes I like just a clean tile without a border, and then other times I feel called to do a border, even when the tangle is just floating in the middle like that. I think it's okay either way. So the question is, where do I want to put my chop? We've drawn the dots and the border and the tangle. We didn't draw a string because it's a mono tangle. And then I think I'm going to put my chop. I could tuck it over here on the Aquafleur. I could tuck it over here or up, but I think I'm just going to put my chop in the corner over here today. My chop. And then on the back, we will write the date, which is, oops, 25, sign or initials, and then we wrote the name of the tangle, and it's a YOU Bijou series. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.